Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome. Today, I am going to be talking about my homegirl, Serena Williams. So, I see a lot of people are shocked that she was on a GLP-1 med, and actually, I was not. And I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to tell you why. But before we get into it, I want you to just know that I love Serena Williams. I actually went to Paris and London on one of my dream trips, and I visited Wimbledon. So I am going to be showing you some pictures and probably a lot of them at the end. I'll put them at the end for you to enjoy. These are my personal pics of visiting Wimbledon. And what makes it so special is Serena Williams is all up and through there. So here's a postcard that I was able to get while I was there. They have a little gift store. So I'll be sharing some pics, and I might insert a pic here of me with Serena. Okay, not really, but kind of. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the topic. So Serena Williams, just so you know, she is one of the queens, the greatest of all time. We call her the GOAT of tennis. Now, some people may disagree, but I would like to go with that she is the GOAT. Both her and her sister dominated tennis. And if you ever visit Wimbledon, you will see that that is true. Serena Williams has won 23 Grand Slam singles titles, the most by any player since 1968. She also won 14 Grand Slam doubles titles and 2 Grand Slam mixed doubles titles, bringing her total Grand Slam tally across all categories to 39. So that's why we call Serena the GOAT. But let's get into what we're really here to talk about. I just wanted to give Serena her props while we were talking. So by now, you have probably seen that infamous picture of Serena in the gym. And that shocked a lot of people because even though she still has, a little hips and curves, she has muscles and she's obviously so much slimmer than she was. And when I first saw this picture, I thought, she's taking a GLP-1. And I was actually talking to a couple of my friends and they were like, no, she's not taking a GLP-1. I don't think so. People always like to attribute every loss that these celebrities are having to a GLP-1. But I'm going to tell you what stood out for me is she was just at the Super Bowl participating in the halftime show. So I just knew, I'm like, there's no way she lost that weight that fast. And she's been having struggles with her weight and she's been having some struggles with her health. So I thought there's no way she lost weight that fast and got toned that fast on her own. Because I knew she had struggles. Not that you can't do it, but I knew she had some struggles. When they said that to me, I thought, no, she is on a GLP-1. And turns out I was right. Now, I just want to break this down because I want you guys to understand why Serena started taking Zepbound and why she delayed telling us, right? Because when that picture came out of the gym, she had not revealed that she was taking a GLP-1. And you know what? I think a lot of us can relate. So stay tuned. Do not click off this video because we're going to break this down. So Serena said, I watched her, I think she was on the Today Show. If it wasn't, wherever she was, I want to give you props. It was a great interview. But she was on that show and she talked about how she had struggles with her weight after having her children. And she said giving birth to her daughters, the first one was in 2017. Her other child was born, the daughter was born in 2023. She said she struggled to return back to the body that she was used to, the one that was healthy and optimal and doing all the things. Her rigorous workouts, she was eating healthy, she had a disciplined lifestyle, and she said that she had a hard time, even, when she was doing all the things, she had a hard time losing. She described the frustration of hitting a plateau and said, I tried everything, but my body was just not responding, which we all can relate to who are on these GLP-1s. At some point, we all tried everything and we still could not keep the weight off or even lose the weight to begin with. So we can relate to Serena on that. So what are GLP-1 medications? If you are a newbie, if you are someone who's just watching this and you don't know what GLP-1s are peptides that were originally created for type 2 diabetes. And they work in the brain to increase your satiety, which means you feel satisfied once you're eating. They suppress your appetite. They slow your gastric emptying. And they are effective for weight loss. And so that's why they gain so much popularity, because in addition to, helping bring your blood sugar levels down and helping if you are a diabetic, they are also effective for weight loss. If you're considering taking a GLP-1, stick around because maybe you can learn something from Serena's story. Serena said that she decided to take a GLP-1 medication after careful consideration. She said she talked to her doctor. She didn't just jump on the trend. She really researched it. She said she wanted the dual benefits of lowering her blood sugar and also controlling her weight and helping her to lose weight. And we know that Zepbound will do that for you. She also said she was having some plateaus after doing all the things. When she had her children, she still was not able to lose that weight. She said she also wanted something that would help her with her mental and physical well-being. So she wanted that kind of dual agonist that we know that Zepbound is, right? So she lost about 31 pounds doing that. She also said that she wanted to do things on her own terms. She didn't want to talk about it and have the pressure of it. She shared that after starting Zepbound, that it's helped with her mental and physical lightness. She felt just lighter. She felt better. I'm going to tell you, I was wondering when she put that gym video out, why she didn't immediately share that she was taking a GLP-1, because I knew it. Well, I'm going to tell you, Serena says she delayed sharing her GLP-1 usage because she was afraid of the stigma and judgment. And isn't that what a lot of us taking a GLP-1 are afraid of, or we were afraid of? Now, some of you who weren't, kudos to you. But I know a lot of people, even in our GLP-1 community and including myself, I've had conversations with people about my weight loss, and I have not shared that I was taking a GLP-1. Now, my closest family and friends know, but there still are some people in my life who don't know, right? So if you're watching YouTube right now, hello, I'm taking a GLP-1. But seriously, I would love to say this is not anything new or shocking to me. She said she wanted to personally process this first. Haven't we all thought that? Like, I got to get a grip on what I'm doing, what's going on with these medications. And I think, when you have friends and family that love you and you're taking something that is in the media as, having all these dangerous side effects and all these things that could potentially go wrong. And when you're hearing that and you're listening to that, it kind of makes you not want to tell people until you can discover and figure out for yourself, hey, I'm still moving, I'm still working, I'm still active, I'm still healthy. And you want to be able to kind of prove to them that you're okay before you even share it. So I can relate to that. She said she wanted to be transparent on her terms. She didn't want anybody forcing her to do it until she was ready. And I'm still dealing with that. Like, I don't want to be forced to share until I'm ready to share. And also, if I was taking high blood pressure meds, that's not something I would share. But I do get that people may not be able to see that my blood pressure is down, right? People can see that I'm losing weight. So that's a bit of a difference there. But I still say your body, your choice. Your body, your choice. She also said, which I could totally relate to because I am a mom and I do have a daughter. She said that she wanted to protect her daughter. She said as a mother, she was conscious about the messages that she's putting out there. She wanted to make sure, and I'm just going to quote this, she wanted to make sure that when she talked about GLP-1 use, it came from a place of empowerment rather than insecurity. So she wanted to make sure she was totally confident and she was, rooted in what she was doing before she shared it. And I can relate to that because when you're out speaking in public, to come off like you're not sure, you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, I can see how that might be very confusing for a child. So the fact that she wanted to come out and be confident in what she was doing and why she was doing it, I can so relate to that. So I give Serena a lot of credit for coming out when she did. Because there are so many celebrities I see taking this medication and they're not upfront that they're actually taking a GLP-1. And while I think that that's okay, your body, your choice, remember I just said that, I also think if you're a celebrity, you have people that are watching you, you have people that are invested in your journey, whatever it may be or wherever it may lead you. And now, people know that. I think with Serena coming out and saying you can do all the things and just not lose weight. Because haven't we heard so many people say, all you got to do is diet and exercise. All you got to do is stop eating that hamburger. All you got to do is stop eating that pizza. All you got to do is make better choices. Well, it's not all you have to do. because we know that our brains are not wired like somebody who can just do that and lose weight. I'm sure you have family and friends that can just do that and lose weight. Well, unfortunately, I'm not one of those people that can just do that and lose weight. I can go for a little while, but I can't maintain it because the food noise is so loud. It distracts me. My brain isn't required to cut it off like somebody else who doesn't have the disease of obesity. So I will say we have to be gentle and kind to these celebrities because if we're having a tough time coming out and telling our family and our personal friends, what makes you think that they're not having that same struggle? So I get that. I get that. But I will say, if you're going to put out a photo like Serena did, I think you need to come out. You should be ready to give your explanation of how you lost weight. I think that's where you bring the criticism in, right? When she didn't immediately say, when she released that gym photo, I got this body by taking a GLP-1, by taking Zepbound. And even though it's not an easy fix, which she has said it's not, it's just a tool to help you on your weight loss journey. If she would have came out and said that, I think it would have been better embraced. A delayed response, I understand. I think she should have put that picture out when she was ready to really explain what she was doing. So, what are you going to do? The bottom line is she has some fans that are very upset with her because they were thinking she was into the training. She did all the things and people are upset saying, why would she take a GLP-1? That's kind of going against everything she's trained for. And I just disagree, especially if men are saying that. I could kind of maybe, understand why, because they have not gone through childbirth. Men, don't have the same hormones we have. So there's a lot that comes with being a full grown woman. And one of them is the hormones of it all and the weight after having kids of it all. And so I give any woman props that wants to work on her body when she's tried all the things. So this is an option. And so I think this can only help the GLP-1 community. I really do. Why do I think that? Because I think that it's going to take the stigma off that somebody like Serena, and I've heard people say it, if she couldn't do it and she has access to, all the trainers in the world, all the chefs in the world, she has everything that money can buy to help her lose weight, and she still struggles. So what can we learn from her? That's what we can learn. You can do all the things. You could have all the money. You could have all the trainers. You could have all the access. You could have chefs. You could have all the things, but it's still maybe not enough for you. You may have the disease of obesity, or you may be stuck in a plateau or a stall that you can't get out of, even if you're doing all the things. Now, your metabolism could be not where it needs to be. It could be that you're having food noise. It could be your appetite is not suppressed. All those things Zepbound is going to help you with, or any GLP-1 is going to help give you that extra support that you may need to lose weight. So I don't care if you have 10 pounds to lose, 30 pounds to lose, 100 pounds to lose, 200 pounds to lose, whatever way you choose to lose the weight. I think it's a personal choice between you and your doctor. And I say, do what is best for you, just like Serena did what is best for her. So that's my hot take on it. Cheers to Serena. I just think she is phenomenal. I love the way she on every time I turn around, I'm scrolling, I'm looking. Every commercial, I feel like Serena is up in there with that robe promoting the GLP-1. I'm like, not only did she come out and say she's taking it, she's promoting it. And so I think that that's only going to benefit us and take the stigma off. So I say, cheers to Serena. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. This is what she shared with us. We don't know if there's anything else, but thank you, Serena, for coming out, girl. I support you. I love it. You can see I have my Nike gear on. I am supporting my girl, Serena. She was always sporting some Nike stuff, wasn't she? So here we go, my Nike. And then I want you to stick around so you can see my personal photos of Wimbledon. Now, these are my personal photos taken by me. Enjoy. And Serena, I'm telling you, Serena and her sister are a big deal there. Before you enjoy the pictures, I just want to tell you, subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I go live or upload a video. You can catch me live Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So I will see you there. And remember, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit. Bye and enjoy my personal pics.